have you ever had an early morning class and you struggle to get up for the day? I definitely have. Hey everyone, I'm Will from Will's Life, and today I'm going to be giving you 3 simple tips on how to get up early for an early morning class and kind of start the day earlier. So let's begin. Typically, other people relied on things as coffee or tea to wake them up in the morning, and this might surprise you. And if you're first stumbling across this video, but to my loyal viewers, you guys know I don't actually drink coffee to wake up in the morning, and that's pretty common for me. So in this video, I'm going to share some simple tips that I have learned that have helped me get awake for an early morning class. Before I get into detail, please sure to consider clicking that subscribe button down below. You don't want to miss out on my 150 videos in 150 days challenge, which is happening right now. And I mean, subscribing is free, and you can always unsubscribe later if you want. When you're a college student, it's pretty common that you're usually staying up late, whether hanging out with friends or going to a fraternity or sorority party. It's honestly part of the whole experience. In my experience though, frat parties tend to stay out pretty late. I mean, I had a couple of suite mates who went to parties all the time, and they wouldn't get back until 2 a.m. in the morning. Sometimes I'd be so hard at sleep that I didn't even know they came back. Other times I could actually hear them come in because they were so loud because they were drunk or whatever it was. If they had an 8 a.m. class in the morning, I can guarantee you that they'd be exhausted. I didn't even see that they were up. See them get up until after 11. And to be clear, guys, I'm not saying if you're a college student watching this, I'm not saying to not prioritize frat parties. If that's something you want to do, then that's your choice. But if you have an 8 a.m. class the next morning, I would strongly encourage you to not stay up super late, which gets into my first tip for you guys. I found that having an hour of wind down time before you actually get into bed is a great way to start. And how I do that is I either find a calm YouTube channel like Greg's World, which I've talked about before, or a calm show like The Simpsons or Young Sheldon, which I've now gotten into. That is very important to consider because having that wind down phase is very helpful for your brain. And then when you actually get into bed, it's quicker to fall asleep. There are some concerns, and you don't want to watch too much because the blue light keeps you awake. So reasonable amount of watching and wind down, but I mean, maybe TV shows aren't the way for you to go. Maybe it's just sitting down with a book every day or every evening to relax before you go to bed. But usually I start my wind down time around 8 o'clock p.m. Also, a big tip is to have your curtains have a gap during the night because that natural light is a wake up. Now, unfortunately right now, that's not going to help me out because at 6 a.m. it's still dark. I just woke, this morning, I got up and at 6 and it was still dark out. So as the winter approaches, the days are going to be getting shorter, and that's going to become less and less applicable. But during the summer, when the days are long, or at least towards the end of the school year, yeah, the sun is definitely useful to naturally wake you up. The next tip I have is drink a lot of water when you first get up in the morning. Normally you're dehydrated in the morning, so having that maybe a good 24-ounce bottle handy and drink it all would be very helpful and maybe get you that kickstart energy to get out the door and go have some breakfast and get that energy in you. And my final tip, which I kind of talked a little bit about before, it relates to this concept of blue light. And if you guys don't know what that is the light from your electronic screen. Typically, it's not a good idea to watch YouTube or watch a show an hour before going to bed because it'll keep your mind active. And that's why I alluded to earlier of 1 or 2 episodes of a show that I watch and then I just shut the TV off for the night, or close the computer for the night, depending on what I watch. And then that way I have that no screen time before I actually fall asleep. So definitely not getting lost, like those scrolling features, that definitely gets you locked. And I've actually had experiences in the morning specifically when I get out my phone and go on YouTube and just laying in bed and you're scroll in the shorts, that 30 minutes can pass and you don't even realize it. And that is definitely can affect when you get started. It can delay your start to a day, and that could be devastating depending on what you need to get done in a day. Now, these tips are very simple and not hard to do. If you do one or more of these tips that I mentioned, you'll be able to rely less on coffee and have a more productive morning. Now, I do have one final tip for all of you guys, and this is probably the most important out of all the ones I'm going to mention in this video. What works for me may not necessarily work for you guys. I mean, like, I need 10 to 11 hours of sleep every night. Sometimes I can operate on 9, but maybe you don't need that much sleep, and that's okay. I mean, like, some people can function with 6 hours, some people can function with 8 hours. It's really dependent on the person. So what may work for me may not work for you, but if this does help you guys, I'm so glad that I made this video and sharing these tips with you guys, and hopefully this video was a help. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please leave a like. Thank you guys for watching, and if you're new here, welcome to Will's Life, where I document all my vlogs, and this will be the rest of my life. And we're gonna pick up in just a few minutes with the start of my morning routine, kind of like what I get into, because we just talked about like what I should do, like what I do before going to bed. And I think it's only fair that you guys see what I do in the morning. So with that, I'm gonna roll the clip. I hope you guys enjoyed those little tips and tricks that I have for you at the beginning of this video, and now I'm going to show you the rest of my morning routine. So I have to start off every Monday getting everything I need for school. So I got my binder in there already, and everything I need is I need my laptop, headphones, because this is one of the things I need for my class today, as well as this. That's the time. I'm almost ready to go. And there's really no point in heading out yet because the dining halls aren't even open. Now the last thing I gotta do to complete this morning routine video is to go downstairs and get some breakfast. So I don't have a lot of time for breakfast in the morning. So I usually get something small, and then I have a brunch after my 8 a.m. class. So this pretty much concludes this video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you tomorrow.